What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And this video here is going to explain to you how to grow a clothing brand from scratch on the deepest level that you've ever seen before. And I'm going to talk to you about why it's so difficult to grow when you have no followers, you have no customers, you have no celebrity and influencer endorsements. And I'm going to talk specifically about what to do from that place so that you can get the ball rolling in an upward direction and actually start gaining momentum for your brand. This video is going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you. I can't wait to get into it. Let's do it. This channel here is sponsored by my buds over at BrandCrowd, and BrandCrowd has a huge library of already professionally designed logos that you can customize. So you can add your own fonts, your own layouts to them. All of this is free to try. Then if you like the logo that you've made, you can decide to purchase it. If you're interested, follow the link in the description because it'll give you a huge discount. All right, what if I told you that the reason why you don't have very many customers for your clothing brand is because you don't have very many customers for your clothing brand? The reason why you don't have a lot of followers for your clothing brand is because you don't have a lot of followers for your clothing brand. I really hope you're following along here because this is essentially the paradox that you're facing right now trying to grow your clothing brand from scratch. And this is what we're gonna break down in this video and try to get you out of. And I have a very, very clear solution for you to claw your way out of this place where you have nothing to leverage for your clothing brand and you don't have the value yet that you need to display in order to have customers coming in on a regular basis. In order to have customers coming in on a regular basis, the biggest factor for you, the biggest amount of value that you can display to new potential customers is that you already have customers, that your brand is already cool. But it's very hard to do that if you don't have that already. So what's the solution to this problem? How exactly can we get around this and get you to start growing your clothing brand, getting your first customers if your clothing brand has, 100 followers on Instagram, doesn't have a lot of customers at all already, and you don't have any celebrity and influencers to leverage? That's what I want to talk about right now. Here's the solution to the problem, and this is really going to have a profound effect on the way that you grow your clothing brand moving forward, which is that the only way that you're going to get your first customers and your first celebrity and influencer endorsements without already having customers and celebrity and influencer endorsements is to master the foundation of your clothing brand as quickly as possible. This is the only cheat code. It's the only shortcut to success that you can take. And what this means is that you need to build up the foundation of your clothing brand, your website, your brand concept, your social media presentation, and your product quality to the point where it's almost perfect and it's connecting with people so deeply in a way that they are willing to buy your clothing regardless of whether there's other people wearing it or not, okay? They see that your clothing brand is so cool. They see that your clothing brand looks so awesome just on its own that they want to buy your clothing. And this is why your clothing brand has to have substance to it. It can't just be fluff. It has to really connect with people. It has to be really, really good. And you really need to build that foundation as best as possible. Now, the way that you go about marketing your clothing brand moving forward from this place of having this good foundation is that you have to be process oriented, okay? You have to stick to a process that you stick to on a regular basis, that you execute on a regular basis, because this is the only way that you're going to be able to get enough momentum to build enough customers and get to the point where you have the social proof now, you have the celebrity and influencer endorsements, and things start to become a lot easier for you. I'm telling you right now, for me to make a sale right now for my clothing brand is extremely, extremely easy. And that's only because we've clawed our way through this period of having to be extremely process oriented and having to drill down on our foundation to master it to that point. And now that we've done that, we have all this value. And anytime we just expose our clothing brand to the right people, usually they want to buy it within like 5 seconds of seeing an ad or 5 seconds of coming across our brand. And that's exactly the point that you want to get to as a clothing brand. But that starting point can be very, very difficult for you. I'm sure you're already aware that when your clothing brand only has 100 or 200 followers on Instagram, the perception of your clothing brand is a lot weaker. It doesn't come across as if you are a professional clothing brand that's already thriving. And growing from this place, gaining your first followers is very difficult because people are seeing that you only have 100 followers, you only have 200 followers, and they're saying, why would I want to follow these people if they're not big already? And it's kind of this awkward paradox like I was talking about earlier, where you can't acquire new followers because you don't have enough followers yet to be perceived in that way. And it's kind of this thing where you need to claw your way out of it. And the only way that you can claw your way out of it is by hustling and sticking to a process to grow those followers slowly over time, to get to the point where all of a sudden you're being perceived in a completely new light that's going to help you sell your clothing so much easier in the future. And that's really the journey that you're on. And I really hope that that gives you clarity when it comes to exactly what you need to do moving forward to gain success in the future. If you got a lot of value out of this video, smash the like button and drop a comment, drop your brand down there. I like to check out the brands that are watching. And if you're struggling to market your clothing brand and you want to learn the system that I put in place to market my clothing brand on a daily basis, head over to clothingbrandmarketing.com. I share with you the guerrilla marketing strategies that I put in place on Instagram, that I used to grow my clothing brand's Instagram account from the very beginning when I had absolutely nothing. I show you my Facebook ad strategies, and I show you how to build a proper foundation from your clothing brand. The whole scope of marketing your brand is in there, so check that out. Otherwise, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have for apparel success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.